The sentences your child hears most often, before the age of 5, become the voice inside their head for the rest of their life. Not your voice, their voice. About themselves. Every time you speak to your child, you are not just having a conversation. You are writing the script of their inner monologue, the one they will carry into classrooms, friendships, relationships, and every challenge they will ever face. Most parents understand that words matter. What most parents do not know is which specific words, and why, at the level of the developing brain. There are 7 phrases, backed by child psychology and brain research. Most parents never say any of them. And the children who grow up not hearing these phrases often spend their whole lives wondering if they are enough. If you want your child to grow up with a voice in their head that lifts them rather than doubts them, hit like right now. It helps more parents find this video, and they need to. Hi, I am your host from Wise Parenting. Every video on this channel translates what child psychology and brain science actually show into words you can use today. Here are the 7 phrases that build real confidence. Phrase 1. I believe you. 3 words. Possibly the most powerful 3 words in a child's development. When a child tells you something about how they feel, about what happened, about what they experienced, and you respond with, I believe you, something specific happens in their brain. Their threat system quiets. The part of their brain that scans for whether the world is safe, that constantly asks, am I okay? Do I matter? Can I trust the people around me? Receives a direct signal. Yes. You are believed. You are safe to share your reality here. Imagine telling someone something that really happened to you, something that mattered, and watching them hesitate. That hesitation plants a seed of doubt about your perception, about your worth, about whether your experience is real enough to be taken seriously. Children are exquisitely sensitive to that hesitation. And when it becomes a pattern, they stop sharing. They stop trusting their own experience. They start wondering if what they feel is even real. I believe you does the opposite. It builds the neural foundation of self-trust. Say it whenever your child tells you something, especially something small. The small ones are the practice ground for the big ones. Phrase 2. I notice you kept trying even when it got hard. This is process praise. And it is the phrase that Carol Dweck's research at Stanford consistently identifies as the most powerful confidence builder available to a parent. Not, you are so smart. Not, you are so talented. I notice you kept trying even when it got hard. Here is the neural difference. When a child is praised for a fixed trait, smart, talented, gifted, their brain files that trait as something they either have or they do not. And every challenge becomes a test of whether they still have it. When a child is praised for the effort, the persistence, the trying again, their brain files effort as the mechanism of success. Challenges become opportunities to use the mechanism, not threats to an identity. After any moment of effort, not just success, say, I notice you kept trying even when it got hard. Or simply, you did not stop. I saw that. You are not evaluating the result. You are witnessing the process. And that difference is everything. Phrase 3. What do you think? This is the most underused confidence builder in parenting. And the simplest. When a child asks you a question, or faces a decision, The instinct is to answer immediately, to tell them, to guide them, to provide the right answer as fast as possible. Every time you pause instead and ask, "What do you think?" you activate their prefrontal cortex, the reasoning brain, the part responsible for planning, judgment, and decision-making. Think of a muscle that is never asked to lift anything. It exists, but it never develops. That is what happens to a child's internal authority when adults always answer first. The muscle of their own judgment never gets the reps it needs. What do you think? What does your gut tell you? What would you do? Not instead of guiding them, but before. Give the muscle the rep first. Then add your guidance. Over time, they stop needing to ask, because they trust what they think. Phrase 4. You figured that out yourself. This is observation praise, and it is the most powerful form of confidence building that exists. Notice what it does not contain. No evaluation, no grade, no amazing or wonderful. Just a reflection of what happened. When a parent says, "You are so clever," the child borrows the parent's evaluation of themselves. When a parent says, "You figured that out yourself," the child does their own math. I must be someone who figures things out. That conclusion, reached by the child, belongs to them. No one can take it away. After your child solves anything, a problem, a conflict, a puzzle, a feeling, say, "You figured that out yourself." Or, "You worked through that." No adjective, no label, just the observation. Let them build their own case. If you have watched our last 2 videos on this channel, you now have the complete picture. What to stop. What to start saying. Subscribe to Wise Parenting so you never miss what comes next. We post every week, and every video is built exactly like this one. Phrase 5. It is okay to feel that way. We covered emotional validation in our last video, but this phrase earns its place here because of what it specifically builds, alongside confidence. When a child's feelings are consistently validated, not fixed, not minimized, not redirected, but simply confirmed as real and acceptable, their brain learns something crucial. Emotions are not threats. They are information, and I can experience them without being overwhelmed by them. A child who learns that their feelings are okay does not spend energy suppressing emotions. That freed energy goes into curiosity, into trying, into engaging with the world. That is where confidence lives. When your child feels something, anything, before you redirect, before you solve, say, "It is okay to feel that way." Then pause. Then, what do you want to do with it? You are not leaving them in the feeling. You are teaching them they can handle it. Phrase 6. Tell me more about that. Harvard's Center on the Developing Child identified serve and return interactions, the back and forth between parent and child, as the primary mechanism through which brain architecture is built in the early years. When you respond to what your child says with genuine curiosity, when you lean in rather than move on, their brain registers something profound. My inner world is worth exploring. My thoughts have value. What I notice and feel and wonder about matters to the people I love. Imagine speaking to someone, and every time you say something, they immediately change the subject. Within a few conversations, you stop offering your real thoughts. You share only the safe surface ones. Children learn the same lesson. When curiosity is not returned, they stop going deep. Tell me more about that. What made you think of that? How did that feel? These are not just conversation phrases. They are the moments your child's brain learns. I am interesting. My mind is worth exploring. I am someone worth listening to. That is confidence at its deepest root. Phrase 7. I love being your parent. Not, I love you when you do well. Not, I am proud of you. Not, good job. I love being your parent. This phrase does something none of the others can. It separates love from performance. It tells the child's brain, at the deepest level, that your presence in their life is not conditional on what they achieve or how they behave or who they become. You love the fact of them, not the results of them. Children who grow up hearing this phrase develop what researchers call a secure base, an internal anchor of unconditional worth. And from that anchor, they can take risks. They can try things they might fail at. They can be brave, because the most important thing in their world is not at stake when they try and fall short. Say it in ordinary moments, not after an achievement, not as a reward. In the car, at breakfast, while folding laundry. I love being your parent. That is the phrase that writes the most important line in their internal voice. The one that says, no matter what, I am loved. And from that, everything else becomes possible. 7 phrases. Let me give them to you one more time. I believe you. I notice you kept trying even when it got hard. What do you think? You figured that out yourself. It is okay to feel that way. Tell me more about that. I love being your parent. You do not need to say all 7 every day. You need to say some of them. Before you go, one question. Which of these 7 phrases are you going to start saying today? Not eventually, today. Drop just the number in the comments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. Just the number. And if you want, tell me which one surprised you the most. Subscribe to Wise Parenting, because next week we are covering something that no one prepares parents for. The parenting style that teaches children their feelings do not matter, and why it is one of the leading causes of people-pleasing in adults. That video will surprise you. I will see you there.